For today's beading lesson, let's talk about chandelier earrings. There are so many different ways that you can customize them and make them your own, whether you're choosing the stones or adding other dangles and drops to the earring. So when you have a component like this, it's filigree on the outside, and it has a bezel cup either at the top or in the center of the component. And these components come in all different metallic colors so that you can choose the one that you like the best. And they mix together beautifully with Swarovski crystals, or you can use other elements to embellish these cups here. So this is a traditional type of prong setting that's used in costume jewelry making, and it's really easy to set your own stone. And when I say stone, in this case I'm referring to the crystal itself. So if you have a nylon bench block or some kind of hard surface, that makes it even easier. And you can just place your crystal right into the cup and make sure that it's positioned there flat. And there are special tools that you can use. This is called a prong pushing tool, and this one is sized to fit this size of crystal. So now I'm just going to raise it up and bring it down directly on top of the stone. And I just kind of rub it around to burnish the prongs onto the surface of the stone, like this. Now when you're working on an earring, you want to be really careful because it has the lever back on the back. I'm afraid to press this down too much, so then I can come in with my chain nose pliers and just give it a little squeeze. So it's nice to start it out with one tool and then finish it up with the other in this case. If you are working on a bracelet or something where you can really lay it out flat, then you can go along and use the prong pushing tool on the whole piece itself. Now I need to set my smaller stone. So in this case, my earring back is back here, so I'm just going to do this in my hand. And this one I'm going to use just my pliers to squeeze the prongs in. Now, when I have my pliers on both sides of the stone, I'm also positioning my fingers between the plier handles here so that I don't squeeze it too hard and break my crystal in the middle there. For this one on the outside, I'm just going to bring the tips of my pliers and bend it in. And then there's one more prong here in the middle that's a little bit harder to get to. So for that one, I'm just going to try to get the very tips of my pliers over it. And now that I have everything seated, I'm going to go back and tighten it all up. And it's best if you can work opposite. Don't try to squeeze all of the prongs down at one time. Work at opposite corners. You can also use the plier handles themselves to just gently press that down and seat it even further into your piece. Now, you can see that it's all nice and secure. And I don't have to use any glue with this, it's ready to go. And I could even take a head pin and add some beaded dangles here at the bottom if I want to, and customize this further. So here it is started, and then I can make some dangles and drops onto the bottom here. Now you can also do the same technique with other types of materials. So for example, here's a pearl, and it's flat on the back, and then I'm just going to press it in. And for this one, I'm also going to use my chain nose plier method and just quickly press those down like that. And then same thing with the plier handle coming in to make sure that it's secure. If you have the larger style of prong pushing tool, then you can place the stone in your setting. Just press it down so that it's flush again. And then we're going to use the prong pushing tool to press them down. So give it a good solid. And then if you rub it around a little bit, you're burnishing the prongs down. You can set your stone. Now if any of them aren't in place like that one, we'll just come back with the tool a little bit off center. Just take a little bit of care with your crystal and make sure that it's burnished all the way down so it's nice and flush against the surface. You don't want it to snag. Now take a look at the green earrings. These are some that I added dangles to. So it's just a beaded head pin there at the bottom, but think about, this is a way that you can really customize any type of component. So these are some that look finished, whether you embellish them further or not.